Good Monday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's take a look outside our weather window. And I'll tell you what, we checked out a lot of cameras, Malcolm and I, and there weren't a lot to see out there because of those low-hanging clouds. And we settled on the Cascadian camera. It's about the only shot we could get to you today with those clouds. You see them along the Cascades. And boy, nice rain event all over north central Washington. It began all night, rained all night long and most of the day today. And that means, some rising rivers around north central Washington and parts of eastern Washington the next couple of days, especially right here in our area. The Stehekin River up in Stehekin is rising. It generally does, but the good news, if it is good news, is that river was fairly low prior to this warmer weather and this rain. So no problems quite yet, but we're keeping our eye on that, and we'll have your complete local weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. East Wenatchee police have recovered a stolen vehicle over the weekend with the alleged thief still sitting in the driver's seat. A 33-year-old Mattawa man was arrested Saturday afternoon after allegedly threatening two construction workers with a gun at Priest Rapids Dam. And a single-car rollover accident Saturday morning on US 97 near Daroga State Park resulted in minor injuries for the three occupants and a rooster. But first, our top story tonight. A suspect has been identified in the double homicide of an Omak couple whose bodies were found on property they own near Chesaw. Dylan J. Harrington of Chesaw is wanted for 2 counts of first-degree murder and other lesser charges for the killings of 80-year-old David Covey and 66-year-old Jerlyn Covey. Harrington is 25 years old, 5 foot 9 inches tall, 145 pounds, with brown hair and hazel eyes. Okanagan coroner Dave Rodriguez confirmed on Thursday that both Coveys were shot to death sometime over the weekend of February 12th. Authorities believe that Harrington is armed and are asking the public to contact the Okanagan County Sheriff's Office if they have any information about the whereabouts of Harrington, and especially do not attempt to detain him. East Wenatchee police recovered a stolen vehicle over the weekend with the alleged thief still sitting in the driver's seat. Police say they found the vehicle idling in the 200 block of Highline Drive about 3:45 p.m. Saturday, just 5 hours after it was reported stolen from the Easy Street Park and Ride in Wenatchee. The driver was a 40-year-old East Wenatchee woman who allegedly admitted taking the vehicle after it was left with the door unlocked and keys inside. Police say she also admitted taking credit cards from a purse that was left in the car seat. She's not yet been charged, but police say she faces possible possession counts for both the stolen vehicle and the property. A 33-year-old Mattawa man was arrested Saturday afternoon after allegedly threatening 2 construction workers with a gun at Priest Rapids Dam. During the incident, which began about 11:30 a.m., the Grant County Sheriff's Office issued lockdown and shelter-in-place warnings to nearby residents. Deputy Kyle Foreman said after threatening the workers, 33-year-old Bobby Frank Tomelwash drove away and crossed the dam to the west side where he could be heard firing the gun. Moses Lake Regional Tactical Response Team tried to negotiate with Tomelwash as he attempted to drive back across the dam, but then collided with an armored vehicle. Foreman said when Tomelwash got out of his vehicle, he was quickly detained by Canine Chewbacca, who latched onto him. Tomelwash was taken to Columbia Basin Hospital in Ephrata for treatment of wounds inflicted by Chewbacca. He then was taken to the Grant County Jail, where he faces 2 charges of first-degree assault with a firearm. A single-car rollover accident Saturday morning on US 97 near Daroga State Park resulted in minor injuries for 3 human occupants and a rooster. Crews from Douglas County Fire District 4 report that the southbound vehicle lost control, rolled over, and came to rest in the northbound ditch. The 3 unknown people in the car were able to climb out of the wreckage before help arrived. While crews were stabilizing the vehicle, the sound of a rooster could be heard inside the wreckage. The rooster was extricated from the vehicle uninjured. The cause of the accident and the names of the people and the rooster are unknown this afternoon. Well, when we come back, East Wenatchee police have increased after-hour patrols on the Apple Capital Loop Trail. The upper CHELAN River could one day be open to fishing now that the CHELAN County PUD has found success restoring salmon to that stretch of water. Tomorrow is the day for CHELAN and Douglas County's elected commissioners to select new members for the two-county Board of Health. And the new chief of North Cascades National Park wants to establish better relations with park neighbors in Stehekin and around Lake CHELAN. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Different birds enjoy different types of foods, so it's important to offer all the right things for the birds you want to attract. Sound complicated? It doesn't have to be. Our Flying Start Combo is an all-in-one feeder that attracts all the birds in your backyard, with seed, suet, nuts, and fruit. Stop by our store to find out how you can get started feeding the birds. Wild Birds Unlimited. We bring people and nature together.
Welcome back. In another news, East Wenatchee police have increased after-hour patrols on the Apple Capital Loop Trail. The department said there's been a large amount of foot traffic after dark despite the trail being closed. Property along the trail has been used extensively on both sides of the Columbia River by the area's homeless population. East Wenatchee police say officers Jordan Conley and Travis Mason have contacted multiple suspects about the trespassing and extinguished a few fires. Last week, officers took a man into custody in a heavily wooded area between the trail and the river who was wanted on an outstanding felony warrant for not completing a prison sentence in Montana. The department is asking residents to report any suspicious activity along the trail. Well, the upper CHELAN River could one day be open to fishing now that the CHELAN County PUD has found success restoring salmon to that stretch of water. The upper section of the CHELAN, where the PUD operates its smallest dam, was open to fishing prior to 2015, but then closed for a multi-year salmon restoration effort, as well as some intense species monitoring. The State Fish and Wildlife Commission accepted a petition last week to consider reopening that stretch for catch and release fishing only. If the petition is approved by the full commission, it could reopen fishing effective July 1st. Well, tomorrow is the day for CHELAN and Douglas counties' elected commissioners to select new members for the two-county Board of Health. The two teams of commissioners will meet at 1 p.m. Tuesday to vote on 5 appointees from a list of 10 finalists. The move complies with new state law expanding the board from 8 people, all of them locally elected officials, to 12, half of whom will represent the general public. The candidates include local nursing and medical professionals, counselors and advocates who represent public health clients, and community stakeholders, including community organizers and business people. The board oversees policies of the CHELAN-Douglas Health District. You can attend that meeting using Zoom with the link shown on your screen. The new chief of North Cascades National Park wants to establish better relations with park neighbors in Stehekin and around Lake CHELAN. Don Stryker became superintendent of the 500,000-acre park complex in November. He introduced himself this morning in a Zoom meeting with CHELAN County commissioners.
I arrived here in late November, and as a first impression, this park is no different than any of the other ones that I've been at in terms of there being a low bar for us doing better outreach and being good neighbors, right? And I'll tell you honestly, my perspective of the National Park System is we do a really good job of talking the talk about being relevant. But we make a fatal flaw, in my opinion, and that's we never start with make sure you're relevant to your neighbors, right? Because if you're not relevant to your neighbors, it's a really tough row to hoe. I've managed to fix this gap in the other park systems that I employed, really by engaging with communities early and often. And the other thing that I'll tell you, so day 3 here, on the job, I went to Stehekin, right? Just because I knew how important that community was, and I was there on my 3rd day. I was there last month just to try to set up a sort of a rhythm of early and often, and we're going to be there again next week.
You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
Somewhere behind these doors is a family member, often alone, taking care of a loved one with Alzheimer's or some other disability, or providing care for a loved one who is not ill but only aging and no longer able to care for themselves. In the field of caregiving, this is the home front. For the home is where most Americans will live out their last days. Contact Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington for a variety of services including caregiving, meals, and medication help.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, since the COVID-19 pandemic began, the Okanagan County Public Health Agency has documented its impacts around their community. The latest in their video series, COVID in the County, looks at the pandemic effects on healthcare workers and residents at North Valley Hospital Extended Care in Tonasket.
Can you? Yeah. You can do whatever you want. You're the queen here. Yeah, well, get your legs out. Here. Start with the basics.
Yeah, there we go.
Got hairspray in it, darling. During our first wave, we kind of quarantined everybody to their rooms.
Yeah, and that was off-putting.
Staff, we'd come in our big suits.
Yeah, it was really overdone. Well, now maybe it wasn't overdone. But did we lose anybody in that first wave?
Yeah, we lost a lot.
Well, that's one of the blessings of having Alzheimer's. I really don't remember.
You remember Jack?
Oh, but Jack went home.
To heaven?
No, Jack went home to his address.
No.
Up there to take care of his wife.
No.
And then he died.
Mm-hmm.
And I think his daughter had it too. I've had a lot of friends here, and they die. I was going to say pass away, but they died.
All right, the fashion statement of the century for leaving the room. All right, let me check on Jack and see what he's up to. The staffing has been hard to keep up. Not a lot of people want to work in healthcare right now. I'm here on my days off. I'm here overtime. It's just what you do. There's a lot of depression and weight loss going on around here. We're trying combat that by making things as upbeat and optimistic as we can. We keep things going with activities. I would like my residents to be able to see their families again.
I'm sorry, it's your role, isn't it?
No, it's yours. Even if they remember it or not, they know that they're happy.
Why not play Yahtzee with a bunch of old folks?
Time now for a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you all had a great weekend, our final weekend of February. Today, our final day of February. Kind of a mixed bag of weather over the weekend, and boy, we saw that once again today as we started off this work week. Lots of low-hanging clouds around the Cascades. We did see an abundance of rain as it moved in last night. Rained all night long and throughout most of the day today, so it made for a wet Monday. We did warm up just a little bit, though, unofficially this afternoon at 39 degrees. That's still well below where we should be right now. Our normal high now is 47. And that sounds like it'd feel awfully nice, doesn't it? 30 was our overnight low, and that's exactly where we should be for this time of year. 62, our record high, that was in 1968, and our record low, 9 degrees back in 1993. This will be updated tomorrow, 0.13. I think we're over 0.2 of an inch of moisture now as we make our way into the news time, and that gets us to 1.38 inches, and that's still about 1/10 to 1/1500ths of an inch below where we need to be for a normal precipitation. Sunrise this morning, 6:43, and it sets at 5:45. Let's take a peek at those Tuesday temperatures. We are going to see much warmer temperatures as we get into Tuesday. A beautiful southwesterly flow headed our way, and look at this. 55s for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 54 tomorrow in Quincy, about 52 in Wenatchee, a little bit cooler as we move back west, 50 in Ellensburg, 51, beautiful high temperature in Kashmir, and all the way up in the Omak area, still a nice 49 degrees tomorrow. We will see a few clouds, but we'll get to that in a second. Tonight, cloudy skies. Here's our weather maker right now, and it's tapping into this atmospheric river that keeps moving moisture up into north central Washington and the Pacific Northwest. This is heavy precipitation that we still could see tonight. We will continue to see rain showers tonight as well, and then just mostly cloudy on Tuesday as the area of low pressure moves to the north, and that will shift that atmospheric river more into western Washington. Temperatures, as we mentioned, 50 to 55 degrees tomorrow. On Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies. We'll get back to about a 30% chance of rain as that low finally decides to head east and move across Canada. And there's the area of storminess right over the top of us for Wednesday. Still mild temperatures. By Thursday, that storm pushes away and high pressure begins to build in. You can see the ridge up and over the Pacific Northwest, and that'll keep our temperatures on the nice side, mid to upper 40s on Thursday. We'll stay with partly cloudy skies on Friday. It will be mild, still showers in western Washington with highs here between 45 and 50 degrees. Getting you into the weekend, I think you're going to like it. Mostly sunny on Saturday and nice with highs again between generally 45 and 50 degrees as high pressure remains in control of our weather picture. But by Sunday, notice how this high gets elongated, and that will allow a low pressure area to ride down the backside of the high, and that could bring us some scattered snow showers, especially late in the day on Sunday. Will remain mild, though, with highs again in the mid to upper 40s. Taking a look now at that 7-day forecast. How about that for an overnight low tonight? 38 degrees. It's about where we are now, so our temperature isn't going to change much. Mostly cloudy and beautiful tomorrow, 52 degrees. Get outside if you can. Back to the rain showers on Wednesday and 48, and then partly cloudy for both Thursday and Friday with 47 expected. Mostly sunny and 47, kicking off our weekend on Saturday. And then by Sunday, back to the rain showers. Partly cloudy, rain late in the evening on Sunday with highs again right around 47 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's Sports Report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for CHELAN County Fire District 1, and I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do, and they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you, you're our lifeline.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020.
And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy Monday to you. It was a crazy weekend of men's college basketball as each of the top 6 teams in the country lost, including top-ranked Gonzaga. That's right, number 2, Arizona lost. Number 3, Auburn lost. Number 4, Purdue lost. Number 5, Kansas lost. Number 6, Kentucky lost. And to finish it off, St. Mary's pulled up the upset of top-ranked Gonzaga.
Can the Gales finish tonight a game that they have controlled the whole way? Bowen's going to try another one, and he finally hits it. Huge!
So what you want them to do is hopefully have to take a contested perimeter shot and not allow them a clean look.
Wide open, Kyle Bowen hits another one. Maybe some life for the Zags, swatted away by Toss.
I'd foul him right now.
Yeah, I would too. They steal it away instead, and Strother lays it in. That gives the Zags some hope. What a night for the Gales. We got stuff being thrown on the floor. This thing's over. Back down the hatches in Moraga. Holy smoke!
Our broadcast table is out on the court right now.
Yeah, crazy scene there on Saturday. Also Saturday, Terrell Brown Jr.'s 25 points led a big second half comeback for Washington. The Huskies down Washington State 78-70. Sacramento State topped to Eastern Washington 85-75, 81-75. And there you see the St. Mary's win over Gonzaga. On the Les Schwab women's college basketball scoreboard, number 2 Stanford topped Washington 63-56. Washington State bettered Cal 73-67. Sacramento State eased by Eastern Washington 67-58. On Sunday, Haley Van Lith and her 4th-ranked Louisville Cardinals had a nearly perfect first half, leading 14th-ranked Notre Dame 54-15 at the break. Haley pumped in 20 points for the Cardinals in the win.
This is a group that's playing some great basketball right now as Van Lith and the Cardinals can't seem to miss here. Inside the Inkster, great ball movement all ball game long, and Haley Van Lith. So final seconds in this ball game as Louisville with a dominating performance on the road.
Yeah, big win for Louisville. Let's stay on the hardwood as we check the Les Schwab Regional Basketball scoreboard in the high school ranks. We'll start on the boys' side. Eastmont season came to an end Friday as the Wildcats fell to Federal Way 71-57 in the 4A tournament. Despite losing to Kings 81-57, 8 seed Quincy will move on to the state 1A tournament in Yakima this week. Brewster boys advanced to the quarterfinals of the state 2B tournament with a win over Morton White Pass. Lake Roosevelt advanced to the state 2B tournament with an 80-42 blowout win over Riverview. The Jackrabbits will face the Borderites of Blaine in the first round of the State 1A tournament in the Sundome Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Lake Roosevelt's first round opponent to the State 2B tournament in Spokane at the Arena Wednesday against Coopville at 9 a.m. Brewster awaits the winner of Tootle Lake and Napavine Thursday at 3:45. Turning to the girls, Cashmere girls had no trouble advancing to the quarterfinals of the State 1A tournament Friday with a 57-23 win over Freeman at the regionals. Waterville Mansfield advanced to State 1B tournament in Spokane with a 55-37 win over Muckleshoot Tribal. Lake Roosevelt girls will play Wednesday game at the State 2B tournament after falling in its regional game to Colfax 70-50. Moses Lake girls advanced to the State 4A tournament with a 52-39 regional win over Olympia. Okanagan girls were also victorious in their regional game over Raymond. So let's take a look at the girls' schedule at State. Moses Lake will face Emerald Ridge in the first round of the State 4A tournament over the Tacoma Dome. That's Wednesday at 9 a.m. Cashmere will face the winner of Toppenish and Zilla Thursday in the Sun Dome at 7:15 7:15 p.m. Lake Roosevelt's first-round opponent to the State 2B tournament at the Spokane Arena is Rainier Wednesday morning at 9. Okanagan awaits the winner of that game in the quarterfinals Thursday at 9 a.m. Waterville-Mansfield has a 3:45 game in the first round of the State 1B tournament. That'll be against Mossy Rock. The Wenatchee Wild went 1-2 over the weekend north of the border. It started on Friday. Wenatchee could not hold an early 2-0 lead on goals by Parker Murray and Brett Oberle, falling to Cranbrook 6-3. The final second period was the difference as the home team scored 4 unanswered goals. Owen Bond cut the lead to 5-3 early in the third, but that was as close as the Wild could get the rest of the night. Ian Somoza and Quinn Emerson helped Wenatchee bounce right back the next night, winning 3-2. Sean Ziers had the call on Hockey TV.
He skates down into between the circle. Here's Emerson, packing a shot, score! Power play goal, Wenatchee, and the Wild are up 1-0. Ian Somoza buries it between the legs of Evan Gardner. Now it's skated over by Hansen. Hansen and shoots, scores! Liam Hansen in all alone beat Andy Vlaha glove side, and we are tied at 1. Still 22 seconds left on the power play, and it's a 3-on-1. Here's Johnson in alone, and they score. He'll get it out to Emerson, over to Somoza. Somoza skates down. Somoza with a wrister, scores! Ian Somoza with a wrister. And we're tied at 2. And it's controlled by Oberle at the left point. He'll send it down low to Littler. Emerson, backhanded shot, scores! Quinn Emerson with an open net gives Wenatchee a 3-2 lead. 5 seconds left. Dick couldn't control it. 3 seconds, 2. Here's a shot by Quinn. It's blocked, and Wenatchee wins.
Yeah, nice win on Saturday. Wenatchee could not carry that easy for me to say, that momentum into Sunday in Trail as the Smoke Eaters came out on top by a final of 6-3. Quinn Emerson, Ian Somoza, and Ben Ivey found the back of the net for the Wild. Wenatchee returns home Wednesday to face the West Kelowna Warriors at 6 p.m. A reminder to fans, the COVID vaccination and testing mandates at the Town Toyota Center no longer in place. For tickets, go to WenatcheeWildHockey.com. Seattle Kraken finished the month of February 2-9 after a 3-1 loss at San Jose on Sunday. Current 7-game losing streak is the Kraken's second longest of the season. Sunday, Sharks got on the board first late in the first period, but Morgan Geekie countered just seconds later to tie it. Despite 42 shots on goal, that would be the only goal of the game for Seattle. Coach Dave Haxtell says he liked the way his club played, but they just have to do better. Seattle will be back home again coming up on Wednesday at Climate Pledge Arena when they'll take on the Nashville Predators. That game is only available on national television at TNT. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks very much, Grant. Join me for a Tuesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We will welcome March with Manuel Navarro with Columbia Valley Community Health. He is the interim guy in charge, so we'll get to know Manuel and the good work that he does. We'll have that interview for you tomorrow. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Your forecast, warm, as Grant already mentioned. Sports and everything else we need to get your Tuesday going. Let's welcome March. It's going to come in like a lamb. This show will come in like a lion. I don't know any better. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. right from this very studio. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night. News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCW Life channel.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellingson here from Live It Up. Join us every week as we answer your questions on health, wealth, and relationships.
We're all about you creating a life that you love, so tune in to Live It Up.